An abandoned stray dog moved millions to tears. It all began on a sunny morning. On her way to work, a young woman unexpectedly found an abandoned little puppy. The poor thing looked so helpless that she couldn't bear to leave it. She took the puppy with her to work and said, "Were you abandoned? Nobody wants you anymore? What should I do? I just can't leave you like this." That one phrase, "I can't bear it," completely changed the puppy's fate. She temporarily made a small nest for the puppy using a cardboard box at her workplace, finally giving it some shelter. The next morning, she came to the factory early, but the puppy was nowhere to be seen. A coworker on the night shift told her that the puppy had cried all night from fear. Worried something had happened, she searched the entire factory. Eventually, she found the puppy hiding in a small crevice. Thinking it was probably hungry, she quickly fed it a sausage. People often say, "Cats bring wealth, dogs bring blessings." Since she found it by chance, she named it Laifu, which means good fortune in Chinese. "Let's call you Laifu." Sure, it's a little corny, but it suits you. From that day on, Laifu never ran away again, as if it knew it had a home now. Every time she arrived at work, Laifu would excitedly run over to greet her. And when she left, he would watch her go with sad eyes. To keep her from worrying, Laifu would quietly crawl into his little box after she left. As temperatures began to drop, she worried his little box wouldn't be warm enough. So she upgraded it to a better insulated foam box and even handwove a blanket for him. Whenever she had something tasty, she always thought of Laifu first. Whatever toys other dogs had, Laifu had to have too. He treated every toy like a treasure, carefully carrying them into his nest for safekeeping. Days passed by quietly. He was so tiny when he arrived, and now look how big he's gotten. Laifu soon made friends near the factory, and her coworkers all adored him. He became everyone's little bundle of joy. His presence brought happiness to the woman's otherwise ordinary life. As Laifu grew older, his personality became more cheerful, and a little mischievous. Even though she was busy at work, she always made time to play with him and bathe him every few days. After every bath, Laifu would somehow get dirty again. She'd scold him, but never once laid a hand on him. Wrapped in love, Laifu became her little shadow, following her everywhere. One day when she arrived at work, Laifu didn't come out to greet her. Her heart sank as she searched every corner, but he was nowhere to be found. Suddenly, a familiar figure jumped off a coworker's car. It turned out someone had taken him home without telling her. She was relieved but still scolded her coworker for not saying anything. Afraid Laifu might one day be mistaken for a stray and taken away, she had a dog tag made just for him. Laifu loved it. The tag meant he belonged to someone now. With her by his side, Laifu always slept soundly. As he continued to grow, she often took him to play on a nearby lawn after work. Laifu loved it there, always having a great time. He started going on little adventures by himself, but no matter how late, he always came back to his little nest. She always saved a portion of food for him. Laifu was grateful and always knew how to cheer her up when she felt down. Before they knew it, winter had arrived. Worried Laifu would be cold, she made him a little red outfit. But once he wore it, he couldn't walk properly, making everyone laugh. Even though he wasn't used to it, Laifu was still happy. Days continued to pass, and Laifu outgrew his collar. She made him a new one. She almost threw the old one away, but Laifu didn't want to let it go. To him, everything she gave him was a treasure. Even though he was just a few months old, Laifu had already learned to guard the home. Soon they would share their first winter together. She bought 2 fruit trees and planted them in front of the yard. She promised they would watch them bloom together next year. But sadly, Laifu never made it to that day. One day, she noticed Laifu had suddenly lost all his energy. Braving the freezing wind, she rushed him to the pet hospital overnight. The diagnosis was devastating. "It's distemper. It's contagious. If he stays here, he might infect other dogs. Just take him home." Even though she knew the odds of recovery were low, she insisted on treating him. At home, she cared for him day and night, feeding him medicine, taking him to get injections, bringing him to work during the day and taking him home at night. But after several days, Laifu's condition didn't improve. Even when he was sick, Laifu still tried to guard her. His body was weak, but he still wagged his tail as hard as he could. The ongoing treatments drained all of her savings, but Laifu wasn't getting better. One night, he was in such pain he couldn't sleep. As she watched him shake in agony, all she could do was hold him and cry. "It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts." The vet told her there was no cure, and as time went on, the suffering would only grow worse. He recommended euthanasia. Those words stabbed her heart like a knife. She couldn't bear to lose Laifu, but she also couldn't watch him suffer. She took him to his favorite lawn one last time, but Laifu had no energy left. He couldn't run anymore. He lay quietly in her arms, feeling warmth one last time. She was already in tears. "Okay, say goodbye to all your fans. Tell them thank you for loving me, right? But I just couldn't hold on. Say thank you for loving me." Even though her heart was breaking, she finally took him to the hospital. Laifu lay peacefully in her arms and left this world, his short but deeply loved life now complete. She buried him in the lawn full of beautiful memories. Whenever she missed him, she would visit his resting place. Later, small foxtail grass began to grow from the mound. Whenever she came to see him, the grass would sway in the wind, as if Laifu was still there, happily playing in the field.